everybody, it's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and I'm back with another video for you in my series called Flashcards 2.0. Today I've created kind of a really unique card. I love the real vintagey feel of it. I've got plenty of room to write a nice long message. I've got some really nice delicate embossing going on here. And get this, I used only one stamp set and one ink pad. How about that? Well, let's get going with our card today. Well, let's talk cardstock. Today I'm going to be using Whisper White cardstock as my card base. My Flashcard 2.0 pieces are in basic black and in Whisper White. Now, if you've not seen the video that explains Flashcard 2.0, no problem. Just go to YouTube and do a quick search. Connie Stewart Flashcard 2.0. That's pretty much all you have to look for. Should be the first video to pop up, and I'll explain how creating just these two pieces, how we can create dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of different cards. So be sure to check that out. Okay. Now my card base is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I have this scored at 4 1/4 and 7 inches. So we've got two different scorings going on there. Let's go ahead and bring in the Scallop Border punch, because that's what I'm going to use on this one, and I'm going to share with you. I'm going to zoom in the camera. Can you see this little tick mark that is there printed on the punch? We're going to use that as a marking so that we can make sure when we punch, if I line up my cardstock with that tick mark, this is going to help me line up the little border that we're going to punch. Now, I hope I don't get my head in the camera, but what I need to do is I'm lining up the picture. Can you see? You just line up the picture with the punch, and then you can just go and get all of these edges punched out nicely. While we have that punch out, we're going to do the same thing with that basic black. Again, I'm just going to line it up on that tick mark. Again, this is what's going to help me line that up just right. So I've got that punched out. Now I do need to trim this down, so let me bring in my paper trimmer, my Stampin Trimmer. I want the scallop to the right side, and I'm going to line up the flat side there at 1.5 inches, and I'm going to trim that down. So it's a pretty quick and painless little trimming that we need to do there. All right, now since we've got these pieces done, let's go ahead and do a little big shot work. I have got the Delicate Design embossing folder, and this one you're just going to lay it inside the folder. You can see I've just lined it up right there on the edge. I'm going to run that through the big shot. The stamp set I'm going to use today, as I said, I'm just going to be using one today. I'm going to use Lovely Romance. I've had it for a little while. It really is one of my favorites, especially the sentiment here. I think you're amazing. Just wanted to let you know. But you know, there's some other really great images in this, so we're going to use these two as well along with our sentiment. So I'm going to bring in the base of the neutral part of my flashcard and a Memento Black Ink pad. And let's come in with that You're Amazing. I'm going to ink that up, make sure I've got it well inked. We're going to stamp that on our cardstock. And in case you didn't know, you always want to close out the Memento ink pad. When I've got this all stamped and ready, I'm going to take the Chalk Talk Framelits, and I'm going to run that through my big shot as well. That way I can get a really nice cutout image for my sentiment. All right, well, let's get to work on our card base. You can see I've just kind of accordion folded my card base, so it's all ready to go. I'm going to come in now with that really great kind of ornamental stamp that's in the Lovely Romance. And what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to start by stamping right in the middle. And then I'm going to flip it upside down, and I'm going to line up those points right there. I think you can see what I'm talking about. We'll flip it upside down again so we can line up those points, and we have got a really nice little ornament going on there. I wanted to dress up the inside, so I'm going to go ahead and take this little border stamp, and in this section up here at the top, we're just going to give that just a nice little stamp, just a little extra. Okay, well, now that we've got that done, guys, we are ready to put the card together. Yes, it is that fast. You gotta love a card that goes together this quickly, huh? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that embossed image, and we're going to line that there up on the side of my card. We are now going to come in with a silicone mat and that little border. Now, before I put this border on here, I want to come in and make sure I've got it right side up. Oops, I got some little fuzzies on there. Let's kind of get that off of there. But I do want to make sure I'm going to have the right side up. So right side up here on my mat. The reason I'm using my silicone mat, guys, is because I only need about half of that snail going down the this little border here. That's kind of important. So let me kind of lay that there. Line up my scallops. Now you see why it was so important that we use that tick mark, because I wanted those scallops to line up nicely. We're now going to add just a few Stampin' Dimensionals here on the side of this flap, like so. I've got about 3, and that should do it pretty good, because that is going to allow me to take my sentiment, give it a little pop. You know how we love a little pop. And that way we get that little bit of dimension going off. Look at all that fabulous room. By the way, as you can see, you have all of this room to write a nice long message. Really, really simple card. What do you think? I'm telling you, that is a card in a flash if I ever saw one. Well, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that card, and that's one that you think you'll be able to incorporate into your stamping over this next week. Now, remember, you can order all the supplies that I used on today's card at one place, and that is simplysimplestamping.com. If you also love the idea of flashcards, but you're maybe not too crazy about doing all the cutting, no problem. You can actually order flashcards to go. That's where I have everything cut, scored. It's all ready for you to create the original flashcards and flashcards 2.0. You're going to get 20 of each. How about that? Hey, I'll give you the envelopes too. And hey, while I'm at it, why not some free shipping? So be sure to check that out. There is an online order button for that at the top of my website, simplysimplestamping.com. I hope you guys can stop by and check it out, because there's a lot of inspiration waiting for you there. Thanks again so much for tuning in today. I sure appreciate you guys. Have a fabulous day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.